For the record, as Donald Trump today greeted South Korea's president outside the West Wing for talks on the upcoming summit with North Korea, that summit is still on. But
there's a very substantial chance that it won't work out, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it won't work out over a period of time.
The reason? Citing U.S. South Korean military exercises, North Korea's tone has lately hardened, with North Korea's Kim Jong-un seemingly hedging on earlier hints that he'd agree to U.S. demands and denuclearize. And though Trump today said he still believes Kim wants this to happen,
but I think he's absolutely very serious, yes.
The big question, is it a bona fide chance for Trump to make history, or is he being played by Kim? Something Trump is said to be privately worried about. After all those missile tests and back-and-forth insults between the two leaders, Trump has long said he's prepared to abandon the summit if Kim fails to agree to his terms. But that still risks embarrassment for Trump, having come this close.
There's a good chance that we'll have the meeting.
Today, Trump seemed to be encouraging Kim, underlining it'll be worth it, even seemingly pledging protection for his regime.
He will be safe. He will be happy. His country will be rich. He will be able to look back and be very proud of what he did for North Korea.
For his part, Kim is said to be studying Trump's psyche by reading his book, The Art of the Deal, and as well, the more controversial take on Trump, Fire and Fury.
Great honor. Thank you.
Back in the Oval Office, it was clear that South Korea sure wants the summit to proceed. Its president today, more than once, lavished praise on Trump for his leadership on this. All of this is possible, said Moon Jae-in, because of you, Mr. President. Bottom line, planning and preparation for the June 12th summit continues, at least for now. Andrew.
Okay, so Paul, there are the military exercises that seem to be an issue, but Donald Trump also pointed to China today.
Yeah, recall those two meetings Kim Jong-un had with the Chinese leadership not long ago. Trump said today it was after the second of those meetings that he noticed a change in North Korea's tone. In his words today, maybe nothing happened, maybe it did. The U.S. absolutely wants China to keep pressuring North Korea to denuclearize. Trump made no specific allegation about China, but as he put it, he can't say he's happy about what may or may not have happened at that meeting. That said, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo also talked today about pressure from China on North Korea. Here's his lay of the land.
The Chinese have offered historic assistance in the pressure campaign. Literally historic assistance. President Trump has made clear, and I've made clear too, that it's incredibly central that that pressure remain in place and that China continue to participate in that pressure campaign, and we have every reason to expect that they will continue to do so.
As Trump put it, yet again today, we'll see what happens. Andrew.
Paul Hunter, thanks very much. So, the summit between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un may not happen. We'll see what happens. But North Korea is still pressing ahead with a promise to dismantle a major nuclear facility while making sure everyone knows about it.
If they dismantle the nuclear site, as they say they're going to do, it should be an extraordinary trip.
North Korea has invited some international journalists to Punggye-ri, a nuclear testing facility. The idea is to destroy it with the world watching.
So we've just landed here in Wonsan.
Journalists have so far been treating the trip like a travel documentary into the bizarre to witness North Korea's grand gesture for peace. But disarmament experts are suggesting we temper our expectations.
I get the opportunity to look at Punggye-ri with satellite imagery. Mostly what I see on the site is that they're moving trucks around, they're dismantling a few buildings, but largely the focus seems to be building up platforms for presumably the reporters to watch the explosions happen. It reminds me a lot of 2008 when North Korea exploded the cooling tower at their 5-megawatt reactor in Yongbyon. The cooling tower is really sort of an iconic shape. It makes people think of The Simpsons, and so exploding that made it really seem like a diplomatic win. But it didn't have very big meaning on North Korea's actual nuclear program.
또 한 차례의 지하 핵시험을 성과적으로 진행.
In fact, North Korea soon restarted the reactor and carried out years of nuclear testing, which brings us back to Punggye-ri. Even if it isn't a mirage like the cooling tower was,
they've already had 6 nuclear tests, and so they may not really even need any more. It's possible that they will stop testing new types of designs if they collapse the tunnels at Punggye-ri, but that doesn't mean that they won't make more warheads.
What's more, no actual nuclear arms experts were allowed on this trip. So to TV crews, likely it will not be clear whether this is a step towards disarmament or simply a nuclear power destroying evidence.